this is Dana. On this channel I speak about Gnostic spirituality. You guys, it's been a while since I made a video. It was divinely guided because I had to close some portals and do some spiritual fighting, of course. Now, God asked me to make a video now. This is not the perfect time for me, but God wants to. And I had a little bit of notes which I took randomly throughout time, at the same time with my journaling. And God said, speak from your notes. These are notes which I took specifically for videos, topics that I didn't want to forget to mention to you, but I didn't prepare them for a speech. So they're just random thoughts which I noted in order to mention them to you. I was hoping to put them together into a video. God said, now it's the time, but I didn't have time to put them together. So I'm just gonna read random notes, yeah? Now, the main idea is that at some point, everybody needs to know that at some points, for each and every individual, the veil will be lifting. It's a specific time for each individual. This has to do with how you evolve as an individual in terms of your inner outlook, as wisdom, as strength, as whatever, how you evolve as the individual, how the bondages done on you evolve, because at some point the bondages might be too strong and God will decide to expose and lift the veil at that point. So God will try to lift the veil, of course, before you get to be unalived. So if they rush and do a lot of bondages, God will lift the veil for you even before you are ready to do the fighting. I myself was not interested to do spiritual fighting when this started for me. When God exposed to me some issues related to spiritual fighting in astral, I specifically said, this is so stupid, this is immature, I'm not interested in this, I want to build with Jesus. Different things that we were discussing to create, and gifts that Jesus was activating upon me and working with me on them. So I was not prepared to fight. When the veil lifted, so the veil lifted because of a very strong spiritual attack, which is usually called the surprise attack. The surprise attack essentially is when they decide to mount up a very strong bondage and spiritual attack on you because they are afraid that the veil will be lifting, yeah? So they worry that the veil will be lifting, you learn what was done, and karma is being delivered to them. I explained how karma is being delivered. You don't really have to do that much, as some individuals try to suggest. You just need to walk the straight line with God and do the spiritual fighting according to his guidance. So they will mount up a surprise attack before you get to learn, yeah? Before you get to learn how to defend and how to fight for yourself and so on and so forth. That's why it's called surprise attack, yeah? Now, when the surprise attack comes, it has two purposes. One is to prevent karma for being delivered to them for what they've done so far on you and in your name, because please remember, they have doppelgangers, copycats, which impersonate you in different type of activities. Some of them are spiritual, some of them are religious, some of them are criminal, downright criminal. And each light worker has doppelgangers. You might not be aware of them, but you will always have, because you yourself will never agree to do some of the things which they want you to do. So then they create a doppelganger who is willing, for a certain payment, is willing to do. I've seen doppelganger, my next door doppelganger impersonating me in a burial seminar ritual. Because they were doing death attacks on me, and she impersonated me. So I literally saw her dressed like me, putting makeup like me, and in a coffin, like being buried, you know. So I asked God, I said, this is so crazy. It doesn't really matter how much she hates me or whatever But how would a human being agree to do this? For what? Why would you agree to do this? And literally, God explained to me, for money. I actually asked because I was curious for that specific situation. I was like, I'm not even talking about me now. So I depersonalized the discussion. I'm just trying to understand what can a human want to achieve in order to be capable of do such a thing, to go through a literal burial just to impersonate me and to do a death ritual on me. So you have doppelgangers, and they acted in your name doing criminal activities in order to do convent judgment on you and punishment. This is how the surprise attacks come. This is why they are so strong. Yeah, literally, there is a convent in your area or in your work of place, a number of people, a religious type of organization, association, and they literally meet periodically and make judgments on everyone. So they get together, they meet, and they say, let's talk about Dana. Dana is arrogant and she spends too much money and she is a hoe, somebody says, and for them it's not important if it's true. The basic thing is that they need to make accusations. They need people willing to lie under oath and make fake, untruthful accusations about you, smearing campaigns and slandering your name, in order to have a reason to claim judgment on you. They sort of pretend to make this judgment. They know full well it's not true. But they say, because of this, we decide let's look what kind of divine rights she has. She has divine rights to be minister. She has divine rights to be in politics. She has divine rights to have a business, very successful business. She has divine rights to be a public figure. She has divine rights to be a teacher. And so on, spiritual teacher, and so on, so on, so. And they say, because she's a hoe, then we don't allow her to do anything spiritual. So who from the convent is interested to buy the rights from Dana to be spiritual teacher? Her neighbor. So then she takes your place. And this is how they steal your rights. Literally. Most often, they will try to have somebody from your family to be part of them, to join them, to recruit them, in order to give rights. So the family member or whoever authority figure in your life is, usually a man, would literally just agree with them. Your husband, your father, your relatives will agree with them, will say, yes, indeed, my wife is a hoe. Therefore, I don't want her to do spiritual work. Just like that. Or he will just simply say, without any accusations, yeah, I as her husband don't want her to do spiritual work. Therefore, I'm forfeiting her right for doing spiritual work, for being a minister, for being a politician, because I don't want her to do this. And then he can and does give away all your rights. And he usually asks for some sort of reward for himself in exchange for that. This happens daily. This is not something that I imagine. This is what happens. This is how they steal your rights. They sell contracts, namely all of these divine rights that you have. They literally sell them to politicians that you see on TV. Some of the politicians you see on TV are in those positions because they bought from a convent your divine rights to be a public figure. Just simple like this. And it's a contract. And of course, it's not only that they take your right. It's not only that, because in order to be able to take your right, they need, energetically speaking, and from religious perspective, they need to do a swamping with you. This is a ritual whereby they bind themselves to you. And when you talk about divine rights, they usually bind themselves to you at soul chakra, at very important center of power in your body, soul chakra, solar plexus, the center of power in your body, and so many others. The third eye, throat chakra. If you're a public speaker, they will bind themselves to your throat chakra. First, to make sure that you cannot speak up. Second, for them to get that type of energy necessary in order to speak up, and to speak up being listened to, not just to speak up in general. Yeah, because you can also speak up and be stupid. But when you have the gift of speaking publicly, then you speak up and you inspire people. They find interest in whatever you have to say. Yeah. Okay, so this is being done constantly. They steal your rights constantly. This is part of their, not part, but it's fully their job. This is what they do, you know. Energy-wise, this is draining you because there are multiple people feeding on you. Feeding on you. Literally, it's like with your energy body, they are binding to your different chakras and to your aura. And with your energy body, you carry along with you these vampires which feed on you because their energy is not supporting the type of divine rights which they took from you. Because you can always say like this, I'm not interested in those divine rights. I don't want to do public speaking. Yeah, but they will unalive you. You must take your rights back because they will unalive you. Simply because they bind so many people to you that you're not going to be able to breathe anymore. You're not going to be able to be yourself anymore. Yeah. And this, of course, it's not only the divine right which they sold, but they lower your vibration to that extent that cuts off all opportunities in life, which the divine realm sends your way, because your vibration is much lower. But it's not your vibration, it's their vibration as they are binded to you. And they drag you down with them. This is the problem. To put it simple, just imagine that somebody puts a demon on you, yeah? Binds a demon on you, or a poltergeist spirit on you. Keep in mind that some of these individuals who bind themselves at you, they are autist spirit, they are poltergeist spirit, they have their own addictions, they have a very bad trait of character. Some of them are mean, some of them are promiscuous, some of them, all of these is now reflected in your aura, all of this bad energy. Do you understand? You don't do anything and all of this come up on you because of these individuals stealing your rights, and because of these individuals doing this swamping and bindings on you. Yeah, and this is very important. This is called trafficking. So they are literally trafficking you to feed on your energy. They are trafficking you, they are selling you like a slave market. This is how it happens, like a slave market. I'm not kidding. It's not even a figure of speaking. It's true. It's like a slave market where they say, this individual has good energy. I want a contract on them, on this chakra. What gift you want? You want this. What divine rights? So I saw them. God has been showing me throughout years how they were negotiating my rights. And I remember that when I came back from Monterrey, from the military school, from a Master of Arts diploma, I remember that God showed me afterwards that the convent in which my ex-husband at the time was member told him, make sure she doesn't have any expectations to be promoted after she graduated from this military school, because we already split her divine rights among us and we sold them to politicians, and we don't have anything left to give her. So now you need to make sure that she doesn't have any expectations. How? Lower her vibration. How? Just treat her badly. Treat her bad, break her heart, humiliate her, make sure that you literally break her spirit so she won't have time to think about profession, about a career. And that she did. Hence we divorced. The only issue was that they did not expect that I would go through with a divorce. But he started behaving exactly like this. For me, it was a surprise because I said, God, I don't understand why he did this, why he behaved like this. Because we grew up together since we were like 10 years old. Yeah. So he knows me. He knows I'm not the kind of woman to put up with being humiliated, being cheated on, he knew me. So you don't come to me with this shit and play hard to get with me, because we've been married 13 years and we've been together 4 years before the marriage. What the fuck you mean you play hard to get with me? Now? Are you even serious? And God showed to me this is why he did it, because he was requested to do this. And at the time when I confronted him, I said, excuse me, since I came back, you did this. This is what, where the fuck are you going with this? What do you want? What do you want to achieve? So then he said, I want to divorce. I said, yeah, you sure? He said, yeah, fine. We're game. We're divorcing, man. Now, they did not expect that. Then God showed me much later, years later, God showed me. Because God said you were not supposed to accept the divorce. They were expecting you to start crying and make a scene and then become desperate and so and so. The divorce request was part of their strategy to break your spirit. They never expected that you will actually accept the divorce. Well, I did not accept it instantly, like I'm telling you now, but I just don't have time because it's 16 minutes now. But I did expect it fast. And I told him at the time, I said, okay, listen to me. You have a weekend until Monday. Think about this thoroughly. Come back to me Monday and you tell me exactly what you want. Okay? Because it's a long-term marriage behind us, and before that, a long-term relationship. So you need to think a little bit more about this before you say this to me. So I gave him the weekend. Monday he came and he said he wants to divorce again. So that's when I said, okay, fine. If you thought about it and you're sure that this is what you want, then we divorce. And we did divorce. And before, a few months later, like 4 months later, something like this, he looked for me. He called me and he said, you know, with this woman that I'm staying, I don't get along. So the point was that he wanted to get back, you know. At the time, nothing made sense to me. I was like, this is so crazy. Everything he's doing is so crazy. Why is he doing this? When he said, you know, I'm not getting along with this woman, you know, I don't love her. I made a mistake. I want to get back. I did not accept. Because my thought at the time, I was like, I asked you so many times. We already went public with it. I told you before, I need at the MFA, I need to fill in some forms and to say, give information about my husband. What do I write about you? And he said, well, write that we're divorcing. I said, fine. Know that this is Intel document and I'm not playing around with you. If you make me write this and make this a public decision and public information, this is serious. He said, yes, make it, write, do this, do that. He gave me the address to put there where he lives with that woman. That's fine, okay. So in all this time, I prepared and to rebuild my life, of course. I looked for another place to stay because he was stealing my apartment, among other things. And then when he told me that he wants to get back together, God showed me later, this was supposed to be a game, a mind game with you. He was supposed to get you to accept him back just in order for him to do this again to you. They were planning to do this back and forth with you in order until they would break your spirit, you know. The distinction is that, as I said, you know, I don't play games. At the time when he said, I don't get along with this woman and I don't love her and I don't like living with her anymore, I want to reconsider, you know, I said, no, we're done. I'm sorry. I gave you time and I told you to think thoroughly. Now I'm already prepared. Actually, I didn't get in so much detail. I just said no. I said no. And that's it. But the idea was in my mind, you don't play games with me, man. Not after all I've done for you throughout my life. I always put myself second. I always put myself last, not even second. And I always gave up my dream when we got married, I wanted to get into business. He forced me to stay in MFA because he wanted to live abroad. So we go on 10 years abroad, and he liked this. But when I told him, move into MFA, so you will be the one to bring the opportunity for living. No. Anyway, I'm not getting into more details on this. What I'm saying is that your spouse will be, or father figure, will be involved in selling your rights. And your rights are being sold like this. And their purpose is to make sure that you don't take back your rights, because they already made money on it, they already made contracts on it, and because they are liable in front of the clients where they sold those divine rights of yours. Yeah. If you do not fight to take them back, as I said, you will carry them energetically speaking, and this will destroy you, first energetically, and secondly will close up your opportunities, because you need to be on a higher vibration in order to access your opportunities. Yeah. So again, they attack you in order to prevent karma for being delivered to them for this all. They attack you to lower your vibration, just like I explained to you, and to make sure that you do not access your divine rights. Yeah. To keep you stuck so you don't evolve, because as you evolve, the veil is lifting and you start learning things about what happened. You have access, you just get your vibration higher, so you have access to more information, even in your own spiritual fighting. As you go through spiritual fighting, the type of information that is available to you changes all the time. Even on the same topic, it happened to me. On the same topic, I was told certain things by God at a certain time, and some years later, God showed me completely different things. And I said, yeah, but I remember in this year you said this and you said this. And God said, that was your level of understanding at the time. I couldn't give you more information, because giving you more information would have opened certain portals. You were not prepared for the type of portals that were going to be open if I would have given you the information at the time when you asked the question. So God said, keep in mind that I always answer to you to the level to which you are, or to the level to which I'm willing to allow you to evolve. Because some evolution, if you rush it, it's not beneficial to you, as too many portals are being opened, or too strong attacks are coming at you, and there are many other reasons, considerations. That's why it's called divine timing and divine logic, because the divine knows much more than we are able to see, and the decision the divine makes is to protect you at that specific time, in that level, in that circumstance where you are. I asked God, for example, because he showed me that this individual that I was married to, he was sent to me by Intel. So he was never honest with me. He never was interested in me, actually. The entire relationship before marriage and throughout the marriage, he was working for them on payroll, doing all of this stuff to me, cheating on me with the one who I thought was my best friend. And she was living on the same block and on the same few levels up from my apartment. And he was cheating with me throughout all this time with her. But God, and I asked, why you allowed me to be forced to get married with him? I did not choose personally to get married. I was actually pushed by my adoptive mother into this. But I said, but why you didn't show me then? Because, of course, Maria pushed me to do this, and I gave up because of her pressure. But if you would have showed me, I wouldn't have given up, you know. And God showed me, God said, because if you wouldn't have accepted the type of harm that would have come to you, both from him and his family, who were making lots of money by selling contracts on you, and the type of harm that would have come from your adoptive mother for not getting married, would have merged with a much stronger and more aggressive man that was coming to claim you. So we thought that we want a gradual evolution for you. You were very young. I got married when I was 20. So he said you were very young and you were surrounded by them. So we thought this is very bad choice, but if you don't make this choice now, worse can come to you. So we thought that, okay, it's not what we want for you, but then it's something, and it's better not to be out being claimed by more evil people, or not more evil, but more strong people that would come with more strong religious type of rituals on you and stuff like this. Yeah. Anyhow, so they will attack you to keep you stuck, to make sure you don't evolve, to block your evolution, or to reverse your evolution. If you evolve too much, they get scared because they stand to lose a lot. They sell these contracts on you. I repeat, you take the natal chart, astrology natal chart, and you look of all the 12 houses. In all 12 houses, you have a lot of gifts in each house. It's marriage, it's career, it's family, it's so much more. And they sell contracts on those fields in your life, sort of say. Yeah. And they don't want karma to be delivered to them. They sell contracts on you on many aspects. They are, for example, trafficked, I said, means in general anyone that is feeding on you. But it depends. You have many chakras, and they would feed on any chakra. The type of attacks and the type of attachments they will put on you, the type of rituals they do on you, will depend on whatever type of energy is being requested from you. Some of them will be requesting sex energy because they want sexual energy. They want to be able to do certain type of charisma, glamour, and persuasion, and all sorts of practices, and they want pure energy. So God asked me specifically, he said that there are individuals who do not understand how the sex magic is being done. This is one of the way they traffic you, namely they put attachments on you and they sell contracts on you for your sex and sexual energy. Pure sexual energy is very valuable. Keep in mind that they use a lot all sorts of sexual rituals. They do programming on individuals about sexual preferences, and that's one thing. Another thing is that they do a lot of rituals, and they themselves are dominions to certain principalities from lower chakras, from sexuality. So they sign contracts in order to get those positions. That means very high level position within the convent hierarchy. In order to get that, they sign contracts, namely that they sacrifice a certain number of individuals. And the sacrifice pertains of this. They make an offering of you to that principality. Namely, we offer Dana as a sacrifice, as an offering to the principality of sexual, different type of whatever they do, because they are on groupings. Some of them are on same gender sex. Some of them are on certain type of, how you say this, promiscuity type of things which they do in sexuality. Not all of them are doing just normal sex. They are doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And each of them has a principality. Yeah. So they offer to that principality. The principality, it's a spirit from from 4D, from a different dimension. And they offer to that principality offerings, sacrifices from individuals in order to receive a certain protection, a certain promotion, money, fame, whatever, houses. I always ask, when God shows me somebody made a sacrifice on me, I say, what did they ask? for? I always ask this. I always ask each and everyone I know who got what for doing anything, any contract on me, because it's important for me to understand. Some of them are stupid and they ask too little. I'm telling you. And I actually told God, I said, I'm offended. This is what he asked for. I'm worth much more. What do you mean? Anyhow, the idea is God asked me to talk about sex magic. Sex magic means that they use sex. They need the autists, the individuals who become autist spirit. Literally, they have no life force. This is what it means, autist spirit. So literally, they have zero life force energy. That is because they did a lot of sex magic. There are convents which use sex magic, especially witches, women, but also men who use a lot of sex magic in order to achieve lots of things. They can do a lot of programming on an individual with that and manipulation. So what they do, there are many ways in which they use sex magic. They can use it individually through masturbation, or in a couple, or even in group orgies, sexual orgies, which they organize. God has shown me all of them. I'm not inventing anything. And what they do literally is that throughout the sexual encounter, regardless how that takes place, that is done by a single individual, by himself, herself. That is done in a couple of men and women. That is done in a couple of 2 women or 2 men. That is done in a smaller group, in a larger group, in a ritual type of practice. Whatever type of sexual encounter takes place, the individuals involved focus on you as target. Namely, they imagine they do that encounter with you. And the goal for them is to pull you into their partner. So they have a partner with whom they have sex, and they try energetically to, through telepathy, both partners do telepathy on you. The one who is supposed to impersonate you does telepathy thinking it's you, and the other one is doing telepathy on you, thinking that the one with whom he has sex is you. Yeah, so both are doing telepathy on you, trying to pull you energetically within the body of their sex partner during the sexual encounter. Yeah? If they are good in doing this, they will succeed to create this on you. It's based on telepathy, and you will imagine that you will feel energetically like you are taking part in the sexual encounter. Yeah, this can be done when they do this in a group. That raises the power of the attack, because imagine you have 30 couples doing this at the same time. All of them, this is gang stalking. All of them are doing sex. All of them are trying to pull you into their partner. Imagine this. All of these strings on you, targeting you with sexual energy. This is gang stalking, sex magic. Yeah? This is what they do. They can do this to torment you. They can do this because they have demons, sexual demons in them that they need to feed on sexual energy, and they don't have sexual energy. So they need your sexual energy. So if they succeed to pull you in, the demon is feeding. Yeah? Some of them are hoping to convince you to join them. Yeah? Because they are very eager to pull in and to recruit new members, specifically the ones that have pure energy. Mind you, to me, this is stupid, because I told God, I said, I don't understand. This seems so stupid to me. Because, okay, so you target me because I have pure energy, and you want me to join you? How long the pure energy is going to last if I join you in the stupid, promiscuous things that you're doing? Any pure energy, it's going to become dirty and it's going to end if you join this kind of practices. It's normal. So then what you're going to do? So let me ask you, if they succeed to pull in everybody on the face of the earth, okay, what next? Then everybody's going to be out of spirit at some point. So then who you pull in? This is why you got them having sex with animals, having sex with, this is why. This is why, because they push this too far. It's 35 minutes and I cannot keep this for too long. So energy-wise, if you do not get recruited and do not join, now the idea is that they can use technology, they can use rituals, they can use group gang stalking, they can use a lot of things in order to elevate the power of the attack, hoping they will break you and they will make you join them, or at least they make you fear them. And then they feed on different type of energy, even if it's not sexual, still it's your energy. Yeah. It's you need to understand, and this is trafficked by sex energy. Yeah, this is also trafficked. They can send to you, for example, ritual. I'm saying only this and I'm ending. God is showing to me this image to say that sometimes they sell a contract on you sexually. Yeah, so somebody requires your sexual energy, so they will sell contract on you. Then they will have a group gang stalking you with sex magic, literally attacking you through sexual attacks. Yeah, exactly like I explained before. Yeah, and they imagine both of you, you yourself and the client to whom they sold contract on you. Yeah, they imagine that both of you are having a sexual encounter and they're trying to pull both of you into their sexual encounter. Do you understand me? This is very stupid, but this is the world we live in. This is very stupid, but this is the world we live in. And the problem is that if you are not energetically aware, they might even trick you and you will think, oh my God, I feel so aroused by this individual. Oh my God, I'm interested in this individual. But you're not. You're just being programmed. This is why I made a video in which I explained there is no homosexuality. There is no same gender sex. It's just this type of sex magic done on you to program you to think that you are interested in another man. You're not. It's just they're doing this through sex magic. A woman binds herself to you, swamps places with you, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're a woman. Yes, because you have a woman spirit attached to you who swamped places with you, although you're a man. Why? Because she was paid to make you homosexual. Why? Because a political leader wants your energy, your sexual energy. And they say this and this individual make them homosexuals. I want to get their energy and I want... Do you understand me? This is crazy world, but this is how it's done. I'm not kidding you. I have been shown by God. They have this sometimes in order to make a stronger attack. God showed me this done on me in 2018. I completely freaked out when I saw it. That they were doing group gang stalking on me with sex magic and plus altar magic. Namely that they put my picture in that room where this group was having all of these rituals, and that everybody was doing idolatry worshipping at me while they were doing sex magic orgy to attack me, so they will elevate the power of the attack. You understand? This is very crazy. This is very crazy, but this is being done, and this is what it means to be trafficked. Again, you can be trafficked by somebody who sells your sexual energy or any other type of energy from any other gifts, or simply selling all sorts of energy that because they just want to break you. Anything that bothers you, once they learn that something triggers you, they know that that type of energy will help them break you. This is when you have to work on yourself too, because I was triggered a lot by these sexual attacks initially, and I understood that this is something they used at some point just to break me. I made videos and I explained that at the time I got help from Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva in order to learn how to end from Buddha, about through the silent meditation, to go through it in order to reprogram my reprogram my mind in such a way so they cannot use this against me anymore. Yeah, that's why I always recommend to you go to the meditations which I already described in my previous videos, because they will help you a lot. I'm stopping, it's 40 minutes, I'm stopping now, although I didn't finish everything that God wanted me to talk about. But I guess this was important because God kept showed me that people did not understand how their rights are stolen, and how this sex magic works. Yeah, at the culmination of the a sexual encounter, exchange of gifts can be created. So somebody who does sex magic on you, and they know how to do this, they can steal your gift. So you, for each gift, you have a certain divine being which helps you, an ancestor. You have a divine being from divine realm. I'm not gonna get into details now, but helping you with that gift, and they are able to swamp that with you, but only at the culmination moment. That's when they shift this. And there are many other things that they can achieve at that moment. Yeah, I'm going to stop now because it's more than 40 minutes. Hope this helps you.